The year is 1558 and England is not in a good place. The country is broke, political and religious unrest is rife, and there are just too many poor people around. But that was all going to change because it's time for the Elizabethan Golden Age, a time of English Renaissance, time of great rebuilding, and people getting baked into pies. Theatre as we know it didn't exist at the start of Elizabeth's reign. The only kind of performances that were shown to the public were Christian morality plays. Think something like An Inspector Calls for modern and Everyman for very, very ancient. Considering you could be put to death by just believing in God the wrong way, this did no favours to anyone while the country zigzagged from one extreme to another. It didn't really have much effect at all, to be honest. As a result, Elizabeth tried to put her own spin on it by encouraging theatre to appeal to her ideals, propaganda and beliefs. The first theatre was the Theatre, built in 1576, followed by the Swan Theatre, and possibly the most well-known, the Globe. There were many parts to an Elizabethan theatre. Right at rock bottom was the Pit, a disgusting cesspool of all sorts of vagrants ranging from despicable clapper-dungeons, who used arsenic to make their skin bleed to garner sympathy, to the abominable doxies, to counterfeit cranks, who pretended to have epilepsy and used soap to foam at the mouth, all speaking and canting, gathering in the horrid pit by giving the 1 penny they so ignominiously frauded from the Queen's good men. Next we move up to the galleries, where all the lords and ladies of the land flock to, wearing their ruffs and farthingales. Not to watch, mind you, just to show off that they have more gold circles than the guy next to them, just so they can get more gold circles. As well as this, the main production happened on a stage by troupes, often sponsored by nobles. Shakespeare's troupe, the Lord Chamberlain's men, rose their ranks and even became the next monarch, James I's favourite group. The heavens were used for all the special effects, such as sound and light. All the plays were held in broad daylight, and a flag was always flying above the theatre to grab attention whenever a show was on. Historians still aren't quite sure why theatre caught on so well. However, there could be many reasons why this happened. Elizabeth may have been trying to spread her influence to the poor rather than just the ruling classes. This kept them happy, and because the poor thought they were involved in society, they were allowed to watch in the pit for 1 penny, they were much less likely to revolt. Because the Queen encouraged theatre so much, the nobility and gentry tried to gain her attention by funding their own troops. This made them look good, so the Queen was more likely to favour them with riches, land and titles. This was called patronage and was key in Elizabethan society, particularly in the development of the gentry, the merchant classes. At the start of her reign, Elizabeth wasn't considered legitimate by many, especially as a queen who wasn't of Catholic faith, the main religion in Mary's reign, and was the daughter of Anne Boleyn, the woman who Henry VIII tore the country apart for, just to execute her a few years later. Elizabeth, quite shrewdly, used theatre to project her propaganda to everyone so she had full support. This continued into the latter part of her reign, when Elizabeth had to face 4 plots with international, mainly Spanish, influence. The Northern Elves Rebellion, the Ridolfi plot, the Throckmorton plot and the Babington plot. This finally ended in the Spanish Armada in 1588, which England won in big bold quotation marks.
I'm actually just an attacking savant. Yeah, I'm just honestly a genius. I'm actually just incredibly smart, and humble too, but mostly just smart. Your match was wrong. I'm so mad. I'm so mad.
Shakespeare's plays continue to torture us to this day.